Hello parents, this is our phonics lesson that we basically use for our phonics words like our spelling words and our word wall. This encourages our students to learn and have fun while remembering and locking in these important words in their brains. And we call this lesson Hickety, Pickety, Bumblebee. Throughout this slideshow, you will see how the students interact using these phonics words. And also, this can be used at home to help them study as well as, participate so they can get a clear understanding of the words. We've been doing this in first grade for a while. So let's just scroll through and take a look and see how this process is done. The tools that you will need are just the Hickety Pickety poem. Most of the students know that because we recite it every day. And then the phonic words or spelling words that we use for the week. This is given to students at the beginning of the week. It's given to them in their journal books, and also it is sent home on their work packet for the week. But in the event that your student doesn't show them to you, they will also be posted on our site in the near future. The objective of this game is to help the students, like I said, remember their phonics words, incorporating music, rhyming, and memory through interactive play. It's basically clear. The students just follow the directions and the steps that are listed within the poem. So let's take a look at our poem and let's begin. This is just a list of our phonic words that we're using for the week. The students are focusing on QU words. These words are quiet, quilt, quit, equal, square, quell, quack, and squash. Like I said, this will be changing periodically every week. And again, the students will be given a list. This information will be listed in their journal. And also, like I said, in the future, I will be providing a link on the page just attached with their power words and their phonic words for the week. So this is how the poem goes. It's Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, won't you say the words with me? And the students will use the phonic words. The first step is to say it loud, to shout it out, to yell it, clap it, stomp it. The students will write it. This is basically needs a little more detail. In order to write it, students will either use their writing finger, or should I say use their writing hand and a finger from their writing hand to either trace the letters in the sky, or which we found to be a little more memorizable for the students is they hold out the opposite arm of which they write with, meaning if they write with their right hand, they hold out their left forearm. If they write with their left forearm, they want to hold out their right forearm. And they use the finger on the hand that they write with, and they just touch their forearm and they trace the letters into their forearm. And then lastly, we cheer it. When we cheer it, we're just symbolizing that we went through all the steps, that we have a knowledge of the word, and we can move on to our next word. And just as an example, as I go through the slide, I'm going to use the word apple. It isn't officially our phonic word for the week, but it's still a word for us to use. So we're going to concentrate on the word apple, which is A-P-P-L-E. So students will start out by saying, Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, can you say the words with me? And then I would say it. And the students in return would say, apple. Then I will holler out, shout it, or the students will holler out, shout it. And then we would say, Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, can you say the words with me? Shout it. Apple. And then I would say, yell it. And the students would say, apple. And then we would clap it. When students clap it, it just represents the amount of syllables, because when we stretch out syllables, that helps us spelling a word. So when we say apple, we would say apple. So the students would know that apple is a 2-syllable word, and it took us 2 claps to say the word apple. Then we would move on to stump it. Obviously I cannot stump while I'm doing the video, but the students will either take their feet, and they would do basically the same thing. When they clapped it, they would stump the amount of syllables out. So they would give 2 stumps for apple because it has 2 syllables. Or, which we also do sometimes, which the kids love, we would bang our hands on the desk twice, representing again the stumping, but it will show us that the students actually found out apple has 2 syllables. Then we would write it. This is the process I was saying that we would use to either write in the sky or write on our forearm. And as we trace the write in the sky, we would recite the letters. So you would take your finger on your writing hand, and in the sky we will hold our hands up, and students would trace the word apple. A, P, P, L, E, apple. And lastly, we would cheer it. When we cheer it, we throw our hands up in the air and we shake them just as cheerleaders would do when they were cheering for a game. And we would say, apple. And we would shake our hands and cheer. And again, at the end, we would say apple. A-P-P-L-E, apple. This is my first video, so hopefully you have a basic, clear understanding of how we do our phonics game. We do this game in class a couple times during the week. It is our phonics lesson, and again it encourages us to remember how to spell our phonics words. It allows us to incorporate fun and understanding. And the kids just get a kick out of being able to participate and yell, because of course in class everything is a little more structured. And again, this will be uploaded on my teacher's website. If you have any difficulties, you can ask your student. Like I said, we do this a couple times during the week during class. It is part of our main phonics lesson. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And again, if you have any questions, I implore you to please contact me through the website, email, phone, anything that I can do to be of assistance. Thank you again, and this is our tutorial for Hickety Pickety Bumblebee for first grade, and it's our phonics spelling lesson. Thank you, and again, I hope you enjoy.